Hey, what is up everybody? Zach is back with another episode of Journey to $1,000,000, and thankfully this is Journey to $1,000,000 and not Journey to $0, so we're back on track a little bit. Today was one of the best days that I've ever had. Of course, that's on top of some of the worst days I've ever had as well, so it doesn't really mean anything, but hey, my portfolio is up $70,000 today, so feeling pretty good. And I want to take some time in this video to go over the Roblox IPO, which is so hyped and everyone is talking about that online. So I want to go ahead and jump into an in-depth analysis. I did some research. I was digging around. I'm not an expert video gamer and I've never played Roblox, but this is what I could find online from my research. So take it with a grain of salt and draw your own conclusions. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So in case you guys haven't seen already, the blog is posted on prosuckadvice.com. So go ahead and find that in the link in the description. And while you're down there, smash that like button. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. But anyway, so again, like I said, I'm up like 13.6% today. So that is an awesome feeling. My commons is up 63K, and my options is up 6,800. I went ahead and took, if you guys were on the live stream earlier today, I took the profit on FAS, which was the financial sector bull ETF. And overall, I don't really know how I feel about that, but at opening bell, the financial sector was dipping and I was up about 5 to 10% as of yesterday. So the profits were going down, and this was sort of my hedge-ish type of play, the recovery type of play, the rising interest rates. The rising yield on the 10-year treasury. So I was trying to get some position that's not going to bleed as much, because my portfolio, if you haven't noticed, is mostly technology, growth, and innovation. But nevertheless, I didn't want this to go negative, so I went ahead and took profit for around 5%. I had the commons, 50 shares. I just went ahead and sold them in the 2 contracts of options as well, and I will hopefully be able to buy these back. So we'll see. I'm not sure if that was the right decision, but it wasn't necessarily a bad decision, so we will see how that turns out. But anyways, raising capital is never a bad thing. So the orders that I placed that did not get filled yesterday, but the time in force is good till canceled, so I'm just going to hang on to these orders. I got dollar cost averaging print, VACQ, the SPAC ETF, SPCX, Pershing, which I think that one is going to be interesting, very interesting. But we'll see. And if you guys want to check out my target prices and entries on those, please go ahead and check out the watch list. But anyways, some buzz, which I really am interested in, and one of my favorites. I probably will be adding in OGIG as well, but we'll take a look at that. Today we have to look at the Roblox. And hopefully tomorrow on the live stream, a lot of people join, and we are going to be day trading some Roblox IPO. Nasdaq is up 3.3, S&P is up 1.3, and Dow Jones is 0.1. So Dow didn't do as well, and yesterday it actually hit all-time highs. So overall, everything is fire. Even though Nasdaq is pulling back, it doesn't matter. It's still fire. Eventually, tech and growth and innovation will moon again. It eventually always does, because that is the future. And these are my opinions. If you have differing opinions, please share them in the comment section. But anyways, notable picks up today, and I mean basically every one of my picks is up today because mostly they are tech and innovation. But nevertheless, oh, sorry about that. Nevertheless, Jumi is up 25%, GEVO is up 22.5%, and Tesla is up 22%. Thank the EV gods. Needed that one, didn't we? Anyways, hopefully that continues. I mean, hopefully the portfolio was up 13% today. I mean, hopefully that continues into tomorrow. But we'll see, though. We will see. Nevertheless, for the moment that you've all been waiting for, the Roblox IPO, $RBLX ticker. Now, keep in mind, I am not an expert. I've never played this game. This is just an average IQ guy doing some online research, reading some articles, reading some reports, watching some videos, and this is the conclusions that I have drawn and I've made for myself. And hopefully we have some experts on Roblox that can, maybe they have kids that play it, or maybe play it yourself, and can share opinions. And hopefully you guys will join the live stream, because I would love to be enlightened on it. But nevertheless, if you don't know, Roblox is an online gaming platform and a creation system developed by Roblox Corporation. So basically, it is a platform similar to YouTube or App Store where the users or players or kids are actually coding and content creating the different games on the Roblox platform. So it's not the usual, well, this gaming company creates its own content, puts the content out, and sells the content. This is a free-to-play game, which is very fast to get into a game if you want to sign up and whatnot. It's very simple to download and jump into a game. It's free-to-play, and the users created their own content. So there's a social aspect of this game where, well, if I'm a kid and one of my friends plays Roblox and they created a new game, maybe they want to share it with me and we can play the game together. So, I mean, there's just some sort of word of mouth for little kids going on, the social aspect of this game. But overall, that's pretty interesting. And I watched some videos on it, and it looks like it would be a lot of fun for kids. I wish they had it when I was a 10, 11-year-old. That would be really cool. But anyways, currently, as of August 2020, actually, Roblox has a 164 million monthly active user base. And I took this from the Wikipedia, actually, and the active user base says it's under 16. Half of all the children in the U.S. play this game that are under 16 years old, so that's pretty crazy. But I think it's more suited for 13 and under. That's just my opinion from looking into it, but I could be wrong. So anyways, here are my key points. These are basically just some notes that I jotted down when I was researching it. But anyways, so the valuation was actually just raised from 4 billion to 29 billion last February. So that is a pretty big jump. So of course, that's going to stick out to me, and I'm going to be questioning that. Is it really worth it? What is going on? But this is really, really, really a hyped IPO if you haven't noticed already. And you're probably watching this video because you're wondering why it's so hyped. But anyways, anyone can be a content developer and sell their content for in-game currency called Robux. Roblox takes a 30% cut. So the creators get 70% and the Roblox platform gets 30%. So Roblox don't even need to create content here. Like updates or expansion packs or DLCs. Literally, the users are going to create this content for them. And if they correctly incentivize the content creators, then there should be a higher quality and more content coming out. And then they just sit back like the App Store or YouTube and take a cut of everybody's hard work. So that's a pretty interesting model, and I definitely see that would shift more towards that in the future because, you know, the App Store and YouTube have obviously been highly successful, and there's other platforms that are doing that as well. So I think that's really good. And yeah, in July of 2020, Roblox expected to pay out $250 million to its developers. So that's not a little bit. And the Robux that you get for creating this content, you can spend it on different avatars and different in-game items and things like that. But in essence, Roblox is a platform for content creators to make their own games. So it's very interesting. From 2019 to 2020, Roblox experienced a 68% increase in revenue year to year. So that's a really, really, really big increase. But it's not so far-fetched. There's a lot of new up-and-coming games or even companies that are seeing this levels of increase. So it's not anything too crazy for myself. But something that is just amazing is that the daily active users from 2019 to 2020 grew from 17.6 million to 31.3 million, which is 43.8%. Now, for me, that is something to take note of. So anything that's growing the daily active users that much in only 1 year, people are going to pay attention. And I assume that's probably the reason why this is so hyped, because it's probably not all of the 13-year-olds and 14-year-olds are hyping this up for all of the retail investors. I assume it's because of these numbers. It's a special platform. It's just a platform for content creators. The year-on-year has increased 68%, and the daily active users, or DAO, has increased from 17.6 million to 31.3. So I assume those are the reasons why it's hyped up. Now I'd like to go ahead and get into some of the negatives that I found. So I went ahead and tried to calculate the ARPDAU, and I saw some calculations online. So pretty much it's like this. An ARPDAU is basically the average revenue per daily active user. So you take the 1.62 million per day revenue, and that's the ARP, and then you divide that by 31.3 million daily active users, the DAU, and you get about a 5-cent ARPDAU. Now I looked into it, and 5-cent ARPDAU is actually pretty low compared to the casual games. Casual games on the App Store, I found that they have an average of a 10-cent ARPDAU, and some games like, some AAA games like Call of Duty or Diablo or other things like that, they would have a much higher ARPDAU, a much higher ARPDAU. But I did find, I think it was Pokemon Go, they have an ARPDAU of 25 cents, so that's 5 times higher than Roblox. So this is pretty low, and to me that says they're not doing a very good job monetizing it. Although it is a free-to-play game, but pretty much everything kind of is these days, although there is a lot of things that you can do for free, not just like 1 or 2 levels or anything like that. So, but still though, I think that, in my opinion, I think that they should work in monetizing this better. And I'm not sure how. I'm not an expert. This is not my forte. But it just seems like the ARPDAU is rather low. But see, then again, the silver lining to a low ARPDAU is that once it does IPO, and then after the first or second or third quarter or another year, if the ARPDAU does increase, which it has a lot of room to increase. So I mean, that's kind of the silver lining, and then the stock price could be affected by that. But anyways, take it what you will. Although just keep in mind, the average ARPDAU is 10 cents, and Roblox is currently 5 cents. And then another negative I found is actually they're still running at a loss, and the loss grew from 2019 to 2020. In 2019, the net loss was 50 million, and in 2020, the net loss was 206 million. Now, I looked into what they were spending the money on, and they increased spending in the infrastructure for trust and safety, R&D, and general admin. So the most important thing here for me is the trust and safety. Now, since this is a younger kids game, and it's online and people can communicate with each other, there's a social aspect to it. That is incredibly important. By far, I would say that is the most important thing. If you don't want a creeper talking to your kids online on Roblox, you don't want that. And so, if there was some bad incident, that would be a massive killer. That would be a Roblox killer. So, in my opinion, I'm actually glad that they increased the spending on the trust and safety. I think that is the most important thing that they should be spending on. However, it's tricky navigating those waters of online kid games that everybody can just talk to each other. So I'm not sure. Like I said, I never played it, so we will have to play it. And hey, we might as well just live stream a Roblox tonight. That could be fun. Maybe I will jump on the live stream early. But nevertheless, that's overall good. But those numbers, the 50 million to 206 million increase in net loss, that's a little bit worrisome. So we'll see. I mean, geez, the increase in daily active users, though, up almost 50%. I mean, that's pretty massive. So I don't know. I just feel like the valuation is coming from the increase in the daily active users and the increase in the year-on-year revenue. But they're definitely spending a lot more money, so we'll just see. Free cash flow actually increased from 6 million to 292.6 million. That's literally like more than a 4,000% increase. So that's definitely good. That is unbelievable, but those are the numbers I found. But if somebody wants to double check that too, feel free, because that is pretty crazy. And again, that might be another reason why it's getting hyped up, but they're spending a lot of money though, so we'll see. Average user retention, and this is another key one, is only 23 months. And I'm pretty sure I looked the average, I think it's more than 30 months. So this is a game, and this was 2019 and 2020. It was around 3 months and 23 months, and that's what Roblox said themselves. So I mean, that's also tricky because this is specifically for young kids. So, if it could get uncool rather quickly because unfortunately our kids grow up rather fast and we can't stop that. And this is a younger kid game, so I mean they would constantly have to refill their user base, their daily active user base, but pool. I mean, but that's okay. I mean, a lot of games would be in this situation, I assume, especially kids games, so I'm not really concerned about that, to be honest with you. But 23 months is a little bit short as far as I understand it. Again, I'm not an expert on gaming. But overall, to sum this up, I do think that Roblox is an excellent game with an excellent idea about the content creation platform, and they're just sitting back and taking a cut. I think that is a wonderful idea. The daily active users are astronomically increasing, and so is the year-on-year revenue. However, they are still not even turning a profit. The valuation increased from 4 to 29.5 billion last February. So I mean, this is not a little bit of money. This is not some mom and pop indie gaming company we're talking about. This is some big stuff, and of course that is why it is so hyped again. But I just think that I'm a little bit worried about the ARPU, so we will see if that can increase. I'm not going to invest all of my life savings in this, and I wouldn't even invest 1 or 2% of my portfolio, to be honest with you. I'm not that interested in it. I would like to see how it goes in the future because it's not even turning a profit yet. It's spending a bunch of money, which it's good. You should spend a bunch of money on the trust and safety. But there's always that hurdle that they would have to get over. And that reminds me, I did see that the marketing expenditure was down, and I think that's probably due to kids just having fun and telling each other, making their own games, and wanting their other friends to play with them. So I mean, this is a pretty good platform, a social gaming platform for this. However, yeah, the marketing budget is nowhere close to the trust and safety, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Am I going to trade this tomorrow? Absolutely, I'm going to trade this tomorrow. This is one of the most hyped IPOs. I'm not going to miss it. I'm trading for the LOLs. I'm trading for the clout. I'm trading for the entertainment, to be honest with you. And who knows? Maybe we can get 20-30% profit tomorrow. I'm going to buy it. I'm just going to market buy it at open. Why not? Not a lot. We'll see what price it opens for us, but maybe we'll get a few shares and try to day trade this, but it'll be a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys join me on the live stream tomorrow at about, I think it is about 8 a.m. EST. We're going to start the live stream. Might start a little bit earlier. Who knows? We might even play some Roblox to hype this up. So it's going to be some good times. And, but anyways, the truth is no one knows what's going to happen tomorrow. I do like this lockup period, which I don't even think I mentioned, did I? The lockup period is 180 days. That's one of the most important things, and I almost forgot to mention it, but hey, that's okay. We're so hyped. I'm getting hyped myself for this IPO. But anyways, the last key point and the key takeaway and the most important thing that is the most overlooked is the Roblox has a lockup period of 180 days, which means that the early investors and the insiders cannot dump their shares and crash the price at the opening bell tomorrow. So that is a very, very good thing, and it's a 180-day lockup period, so we have plenty of time to get in on this, and that is one of the biggest things, and that is the deciding factor. Even though I'm not going to invest my entire portfolio in this in YOLO, like probably a lot of people on Wall Street Bets will, but I will day trade it because at least I can feel like, okay, I'm not gonna get dumped on, which a lot of IPOs, they get dumped on. So there we go, guys. Join the live stream tomorrow and follow me on Twitter, YouTube. Go ahead and hit that bell notification so you can get the live updates when we are live streaming and post a new video. If you're not already subscribed to the daily blog, please go to the bottom of the page and go ahead and put in your email address right here in the subscribe form, and you will get the daily notifications when the new write-up is available. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you tuning in once again, and it's a good day. Everybody's feeling good, so don't take too much don't put too much thought into, hey, this is the end of the dip and whatnot. I wouldn't be surprised if we pull back, but hey, you never know. We might be going to the moon. Someone call Elon. We need a rocket spaceship. See you guys on the other side. Peace.